Jon Gruden is no longer the head football coach of the Las Vegas Raiders. I'll repeat that again. Jon Gruden, you know, the guy that signed that obscene 10-year deal a few years ago to return as then Oakland Raiders head coach and now Las Vegas Raiders head coach. You know that deal he signed? Yeah, that's over. Jon Gruden has resigned from his position as Las Vegas Raiders head coach, according to Tom Pelissero, also confirmed by Adam Schefter. Whew. If you haven't been following the story, if you don't know why that's the case, here's the reason. And believe it or not, the reason is not that he's missed the playoffs the last 3 seasons. It's not that he's gone 4-12, 7-9, and 8-8 3 straight seasons. It's not that they just lost. No, it's because he's an absolute racist, misogynistic, homophobic scumbag. Just to give you the Cliff Notes version of everything that went down. It was uncovered, I don't know how, but it was uncovered that Jon Gruden had sent a, people will call it, racially charged email about the head of the Players Union, DeMaurice Smith. Essentially, I don't want to get into too much detail because it's just disgusting, but essentially he made fun of his features, call it, you know, big nose, lips, all this stuff like that. If you don't understand, if you don't know the stereotype that he was putting out there, do a Google search. I'm not going to get into that. It's disgusting. That was bad enough, okay? Not only that, but there where he talks about other people, and they have misogynistic and homophobic comments. Now, I know what some people will say, because there's one detail I left out of that story initially. This happened 10 years ago. Fred, it's 10 years ago. Tony Dungy, the sellout, and Mike, I'm Italian, Tirico, went on national TV and said, hey, it's okay. We should forgive Jon Gruden. It was a long time ago. Yeah, it was 10 years ago. You want to know how old Jon Gruden was 10 years ago? I believe he was 48 years old. 48 years old. Long after he's coached black people and worked with women, and I'm sure gay and bisexual people for decades in football. So I am glad he's out there. I am glad he's resigned. I'm glad he's no longer at the helm. It is embarrassing for the league. It's embarrassing for the Raiders. I mean, I you know, it's crazy. If you told me that the Raiders putting out a graphic that said, I can breathe after the George Floyd verdict wouldn't be the most cringe thing the Raiders did in 2021, I would have said you're crazy. Now, of course, that was all resolved. The Floyd family was like, whatever, it's cool. But still, kind of cringe from Mark Davis. But, I mean, this is beyond cringe. This is offensive. This is disgusting. There's no place for that. Now, here's the other thing that I want to note. The person who had these emails for this long probably didn't leak them because they want to do the right thing for black people and for the LGBTQ community. No, I don't think that's the case. I think they did it because they want to get back at him. And you know what? It is what it is. I don't really feel all that bad for Jon Gruden. What I do feel bad about is the fact that there were multiple people that most likely knew about those emails, that saw that language, and did absolutely nothing back in 2011, 2012, so on and so forth. What does piss me off is the fact that Jon Gruden ain't the only guy, ain't the only white man who works in the NFL, or who I guess worked in the NFL or within the NFL sphere, that talks about black people and minorities and women and LGBTQ like this. He's not the only one. Now, the NFL is not the only corporation that has homophobia. It's not the only corporation that has racism. It's not the only corporation that has certain people at the top that have a plantation mentality. Far from it, but it is definitely one of the more lucrative in North America, let alone the world. In terms of a sports property, it's number one right here in the U.S. And yeah, you got to get rid of him. And I don't know what else to say. I've done a million videos on this about Dan Snyder, about, I don't know what other owners. I mean, freaking the guy used to own the Panthers. I know he was forced to sell the team and everything, but like this crap just has to stop, man. It really does. And if you're a black player, if you're a black head coach, if you're an aspiring black head coach or aspiring black GM or female GM or a female employee or LGBTQ, I can only imagine how you feel right now, because you already feel like the deck is stacked against you. And then you go through this whole hiring cycle that's absolutely just embarrassing. Just embarrassing. And you got Urban Meyer, that scumbag, and speaking of racist, another scumbag, and Urban Meyer getting hired. He was hired before the coaching cycle even started. Had a backroom deal. Yeah, you had Robert Saleh there and Eric Bieniemy there. I mean, jeez. And if you want to hire a white boy, hire Brian Dable. It's absolutely pathetic. It is pathetic. Look, I love pro football. I cover pro football. I have good relationships with a lot of teams. Full disclosure, y'all know I interview a lot of players and everything else. I cover events, but I gotta keep it real when I see it. It's absolute bullshit that this is still going on in the NFL. I know the emails are from 2011, but this is still going on. You could ask Colin Kaepernick. You could ask Eric Reed. You could ask Kenny Stills. You could ask all the different people involved, all the various coaches that have tried to ascend who are minorities, LGBTQ. Yeah, there are some great, diverse staffs out there and some great people in this league like Bruce Arians who I have a lot of respect for, who's put together the most diverse staff of anybody, maybe in the history of the National Football League. But then you have, again, cases like Urban Meyer. You have cases like this whole Jon Gruden deal. And again, even if it was 10 years ago, has he really changed all that much? I highly doubt it. And for those that say, oh, well, we could have just apologized and moved on. Listen, man. Jon Gruden is an ass, but I don't think he's that, and he's stupid, but I don't think he's that stupid. Okay, this dude has to look his predominantly black team in the eye and team overall who supports black people in the eye and say, hey, I'm with you guys. Like, you can't look at that guy the same way again. He's pathetic. He's pathetic. So, as one of the commenters here said, T. Sizzlin, LOL Bozo. Yeah, LOL Bozo is right to describe Jon Gruden. A complete failure of a head coach, a complete failure of a person. And yeah, he deserves all the ridicule he gets. And I don't know, there's a part of me that feels like he's getting out scot-free. There really is. I feel like, I don't know, maybe the league should fine him. Maybe they should ban him for a couple of years. I don't know. If I'm the Raiders, I would do something about his contract. Void that bitch. I don't care. Like, there's no place in the league for this crap. Period. End of story. Anyway, folks, I'm going to get back to my vacation here in the ATL. If you enjoyed this update, like, share. Don't forget to subscribe. If you enjoyed this update, or maybe didn't enjoy it, but appreciate the update, please subscribe and turn on notifications for more updates like this. Well, hopefully less updates like this, but more NFL updates in general. And let me know who you think will be the next Las Vegas Raiders head coach. I mean, there's a long list. Obviously, I'm sure they'll have an interim dude in place, but next year, Eric Bieniemy, Brian Dable, we shall see. Until next time, everybody, as always, enjoy the games, and please don't be a racist. And in general, please don't be a piece of crap. And hang on a sec. Beast Mode says Jack Del Rio come back. Listen, man, Jack Del Rio did have a Raiders coaching career than Jon Gruden in this run, not in the previous run. But just look up Jack Del Rio's Twitter and then tell me you want him leading a team of predominantly black people. I don't think you do. Until next time, as always, enjoy the games and please stay safe, y'all. Be kind.